Hello everyone, I am Dmitry Gerasimov, lead of Cellframe network project, and here is our regular AMA session. And let's begin from the first question. Question. Are there any plans to migrate Cell from the unsecured BIP20 and ERC20 networks to the Cellframe mainnet? What would be the timeline and the conditions for this migration? What options are being considered for holders in these networks? Yes, we have a plan. We have plans. However, it's more mix of plans and hopes because it's not our keys, not our tokens, so it's up to cell holders to migrate BIP20 and ERC20. Biggest problem is that our biggest centralized exchanges still not integrated CF20 and still support only these two unsecure networks. This get users of this exchange to hold these insecure tokens. Yes, there are different programs that can help them to migrate, or maybe some addition for migration. We talk about quantum insurance. It's a methodic that connect your secure wallet, Cellframe wallet, with your unsecure funds, something like Quantum Vault on other projects. But it's all particular solutions, and solution it's a problem. So yes, we have plans, but timeline on these plans is about the next year. I think it's a challenge to migrate for us. Okay, the next question. Experts are predicting a bull run. There is a chance the price of Cell could reach a level that reflects the project true value. What steps is the team planning to take during this period? If it happens, I believe price will show highs and peaks. How much depends from. It's hard to predict what steps, different steps. One of the biggest steps that will do the nearest time is a quantum down side event on the blockchain live on the next week. Stay tuned. The next question. While Cellframe's technology is unique in the crypto world, investors' attention often follows price movements. What activities is the team planning to demonstrate the project's progress and attract more market attention? Also very common question about activities, quantum downside event, as I told before, and other activities. The next question. The team recently announced an investigation into the fake M-token situation, better to say illegal M-token situation. How is that investigation progressing, and what sanctions will be imposed on the perpetrators? Investigation focused on a few persons that responsible for this hack, at least for part of this hack. We are calculating how big impact was caused by this hack, and depends from this calculation, these people will suggest for them to compensate this damage for legal holders, and I think it will be, that's all. If they decline on this suggestion, I think we'll go to the legal actions, but I will try to exclude this and stay on a goodwill deal, let's say so. The next question. In light of the M-token incidents, are there any planned changes to the reward and penalty policy for validators? No, there are no changes in these policies. However, we do changes and propose them in protocol. Nearest time, we'll issue the significant updates that will include more fine-tune more fine mechanics to block and arbitrage the malicious blockchain activity. For example, for now, we have only ability to block addresses, not just illegal outputs. And we have no abilities to redirect these outputs, for example, for fee address or something like this. In the future, we are planning to make some community elected role for people who will be in charge on control of the market and on some suspicious activities and maybe some malicious activities. And well, it will be like sheriffs that can arbitrage such activities and redirect them on a special community-driven fund or something like this. It's a long story, complicated story. It will include a penalty policy. It will include changes to the reward. However, it's a long story. I believe we'll return it in a few months, not earlier. Okay, the next question. According to the project's Tokenomics, a total over 2 million cell tokens were issued to support to the team's work on 2023-2024 combined. How many tokens are allocated for this purpose in 2025-2026? In 2025, it was the same amount. In 2026, it will be reduced amount when we'll vote on this. I should update the tokenomics that will include all these values for sure. So there was no changes in this. You know, there was a description that we have such values in 2025 and the next. It just has no description in it. So we postponed it, and in the end of 2025, before we'll vote for the 2026, I will publish the updated tokenomics. We'll discuss it. By the way, it will be some decision, and we'll discuss about this allocation. Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe it will be 0 for 2025 for team. I am not sure about this. How because really we was thinking about everything, about allocation for validators, for stakers, changing proportion between validators and stakers. But we haven't thinking about ourselves. Really interesting. Okay, we'll return it in the end of November, I believe, because in the beginning of December we have voting on the allocation for verificators. Is much more important. And we want to reduce it a little. You know, we were trying to do it without community support. We faced the resistance. We returned back, and in December we'll be voting for the verification allocation. Okay, the next question. What is the progress on the implementing the hard fork and second level sharding? It's going on the finish line. I said before, is this functionality planned for the Node.sys 0? Hard fork, yes. Second layer sharding, it planned on the 6.1 or maybe 6.2, not sure. Anyway, we need to hurry up because blockchain size is growing up and it became bigger. We need to slash it to reduce memory requirements for full nodes. So it's important. The next question. Are there any plans to expand the hardware node product line and scale up production? Depends from consumption, from ordering. If you order more nodes, we'll expand hardware product line. It's not difficult to do. The next question. Regarding the Cellframe Hackathon, do you plan to provide examples of potential projects built on Cellframe to assist participants? Yes. Or perhaps hold a live stream and create a small TD app in real time? Yes. The last one I was trying to faced some troubles because I was trying to build a C-based application. It's still a difficult thing on a current SDK. However, it's coming 6.0 Cellframe SDK. That's much simpler. It's, for example, it builds as a shard library, so it can be easily used for C integration because it compiles, it produces a dedicated shard library, it produces include files, so it's much easier to integrate. Same for Python, it has totally reworked API, totally new API with a higher level API layer that was missing in current Python API. And I want to run some live streams with on live demonstration. Yes. Next question. The Cellframe team is currently preparing for blockchain live and planning a side event there. Do you already have plans to 2026 events? Yes. Which major forums are you planning to attend? Top tier forums, as usual. Okay, the next question. Google Teams has announced the launch of the Willow chip called the Holy Grail of quantum computing. Does this mean the quantum apocalypse is imminent? It's imminent not because of this chip. Who knows what the technology became the last step before the quantum apocalypse? Maybe this chip, maybe another. Who knows? The next question. The team previously announced improvements to the staking website interface to also include an option for delegating M tokens. How is development on this functionality progressing? Uh, it's progressing. It waits for 6.0 release only after this. The next question. What about the rapid BTC idea? How much time would it take to implement? This idea was we discussed this idea about 6 years ago, and there are some parts in the Cellframe code for this idea. So it's not difficult to do. However, the reason, do we need it or not? For example, if you wrap USDC, we can talk with the Circle and agree with them that they will accept our rapid tokens in case of quantum apocalypse. But with rapid BTC, who will be responsible for this situation? If we'll after quantum apocalypse, this BTC, rapid BTC on our side, should go back to BTC network, but it will be connected with a taproot pool that will be protected with a classic cryptography. How will prove that it's out? Okay, I think it's possible to do, just need to be more investigated. So maybe yes, we'll realize that there is a reason to do this. Okay, let's think what other questions are coming in our YouTube chat. And hello, good morning. Thank you for your support, great work. Thank you. I believe in you as well. Thank you. Polkadot auction model doesn't work very well since some seasons. How does Cellframe plan to do differently with Cell Chain? We have different auction because it's more like airdrop staking. It's like a staking program when you stake one token, receive another. It's not about competition because we have much more slots than participating projects. If we'll have a different situation, maybe we'll change it. But for current moment, I think it's okay. Our auction differs from Polkadot because we don't drain liquidity from the projects that participate in our auction. We have a very low requirements of amount of tokens allocated for airdrops. They depends from the projects how comfortable this amount for them they chose. We don't drain liquidity from projects, so that's the biggest difference. Okay, do you have plans to list CF20 and MaxC? Yes, I have these plans in MaxC Gate as well. Just they still waiting for something. I don't know. I think the first step will be reworking Cellframe DEX, and we need to attract liquidity for our DEX, for Cellframe DEX. That should push us further in CMC and CoinGecko registration of our protocol. After this, I believe list of CF20 on MaxC and Gate will be easier. Does Cellframe have funds to sustain itself if the rack doesn't rise? Yes. Briefly, yes. Anyway, by the way, I want to say that it's going maybe the last year. The next year, I believe, will be the last year of active development. Then the next development will be less active and more community driven. However, right now we mostly do just big refactoring. We just closing technical depths, and that's what we do. We don't add any additional, less of new functionality. So when we'll close all functionality, we'll do all deliveries, 100% deliveries of what we have promised. We can go back and start to do something based on Cellframe network. And on this moment, we'll not spend a lot. By the way, AI helps a lot. We reduced our spends on development twice for the last few months. So it's not a big deal to support right now. Here, working the DEX is a high priority term. Yes, it's a high priority because we need to focus on it and make it more acceptable for traders. Because for now, we have no in API such functionality as partial order closing. So when we'll finish it, it will be possible to connect market makers, to connect bot owners on this, and we'll see much more activity on DEX. So also we are planning on the 6.0 or maybe 6.1 extra extra functionality for DEX to make stop loss orders or something like this. Okay, what are the questions? No, no such risk as Cadena, don't worry. I am too deep in this. All my savings in Cell, by the way. So, how to say it? My skin in the game, all the skin. Okay, what's the next? On the next. Okay, I think it will all the questions. Thank you for all your time, for all your support. We are Cell, we are here. Goodbye. See you later.